Can the New England Patriots ground game ground the Jets long enough to get Drake Maye his first victory in Foxborough as a New England Patriot? Stick around. You're about to be locked in to the Locked On Patriots podcast.
You are Locked On Patriots, your daily New England Patriots podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello to all of you Foxborough faithful. Thank you once again for making Locked On Patriots a daily part of your New England Patriots coverage. I'm your host, Mike Debate. I cover your New England Patriots for the Patriots country. You can find me on Twitter at MDABATENFL. And while you're out there showing some love to Locked On Patriots via social media, please follow our X account as well at LO_Patriots. And Pats fans, your New England Patriots enter this matchup, this Week 8 matchup, at a record of 1-6. Patriots trying to avoid being swept by the Jets for the first time since 2000. Not going to be an easy task, but luckily for us, we've got the man with the monster keys to victory. And we're going to welcome him in here in just a second. But don't forget, today's episode brought to you by Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnNFL and use the code, all lowercase, LockedOnNFL to win $50 instantly when you play $5. Pats fans, it's been a long week in Foxborough. A lot going on as the Patriots are getting ready for a 1 p.m. kickoff on Sunday, October 27th, as they welcome the New York Jets. There was a time where this matchup had Patriots fans feeling pretty good, but those days are long since gone. The New England Patriots are trying to find a victory any way they can get it. And as I said previously, luckily for us today, we've got the man with the monster keys to victory. The legend himself joins us here today to lay the path for the Patriots win. My good friend, the Count of Murphy Fisto, the legendary Thomas Murphy, thank you for coming to me in friendship today and for lending me those valuable monster keys, Don Murph.
Oh, happy to be here, Michael. Happy to be here. It's showtime, folks. It
is. It is showtime.
It is. And yeah, there are a lot of things happening up Foxborough these days. Been a very interesting week. Comings and goings and trade demands and step backs and coaches calling out players and backstepping that, and thank God there's football on Sunday, and we're going to find out exactly how this has affected everybody wearing the red, white, and blue.
Absolutely, yeah. It's time to put all of the peripheral talk to rest. It's time to get back out there on the field. And if the New England Patriots are going to salvage this season and give their fans something to cheer about or something to even be optimistic about heading into these next few weeks, this is the week they have to show it. The Jets coming in here, obviously the favorites at this point. Who would have thought that, Murph? Coming into Foxborough as the favorite. But bottom line, this New England Patriots team right now may have a unique opportunity to find a Jets team that is reeling. Robert Saleh, no longer the head coach on the green side of the Meadowlands. He's gone. Jeff Ulbrich comes in. Devontae Adams is a New York Jet. Hassan Reddick will be playing this game on Sunday. So some new faces that we haven't seen before, that we didn't see back on September 19th when the Patriots took a 24-3 loss against the Jets on Thursday Night Football at MetLife Stadium. I always say that when you turn the keys, you go to the top. You don't turn the keys you never heard from again. If the New England Patriots, Murph, are going to win this game, they're going to have to put points on the board a lot more and a lot better than they've been doing. So let's start on the offensive side of the ball. Which offensive keys need to be turned for the New England Patriots to earn a victory on Sunday?
All right, I've seen enough. The Patriots, Michael has up here, restore the run. No, we're gonna spread it out and we're gonna sling it. We're gonna sling it all day Sunday. I want to see Drake Maye sitting back in the shotgun, getting into pistol, and using those marginal weapons people keep talking about. If folks could just hang on to a football, and I'm here, Jalen Polk is not going to be playing on Sunday because he's in concussion protocol. And there will be a return of the Slim Reaper. Tyquan Thornton will be suiting up on Sunday, and I think this is the perfect game for him.
Very good point. And I'm glad that you made that, because contrarians, Murph, would argue that maybe this is not the type of defense that you want to test the passing game against. Secondary ranks second in the league, allowing 164.7 yards per game.
Yep.
Pretty good size pass rush. Will McDonald has done a very good job of stepping up his game. He's leading the team with 8 sacks. Hassan Reddick, obviously, we've talked about him.
Yep.
He comes back into the lineup. When he's locked in and he's playing at a high level, he is a fearsome pass rusher. However,
Yep.
hasn't played a game yet this year, so
No.
maybe the Patriots are going to catch him a little bit rusty. But this secondary is also a little bit banged up right now. We know about the prowess of Sauce Gardner, and no one's going to question that. But beyond that, this is a team right now that's facing injuries or uncertainty when it comes to DJ Reed, Michael
Yep.
Carter, Chuck Clark in the safety position. There are opportunities to get to this team. Are the Patriots going to be wise to test this? Is that why you're saying sling it, go out there, throw the ball all day long, and make that Jet secondary beat you?
That's exactly why I'm saying this. You know, we're gonna set up the run with the pass because it's not working the other way around the past few games. So what I want to see the Drake do is more of that mesh concept, more of that floods that we talked about a week ago. And what do you do when the waters get high? No, you don't hike your pants up. You go sailing. All right. I want to see a lot of sail concept. A lot of people will call this Seattle concept, but I'm stealing this from Eric Bieniemy over there in Kansas City, and he's brought it over. He was running a lot of this last year in Washington. I haven't watched too much of them this year yet, but what sail concepts are is flooding one side of the field and then using all three of those receivers to basically attack three different levels of the field, and it's still going to allow you to use a running back as a safety valve. And I think the Jets could be ripe for the picking using these concepts and moving forward and getting the Patriots running attack a little more room. We're going to get a few people out of the box and maybe give Ramondre and company a little bit more space to work with up there. um Still, this Jets defense is one of the quicker on the planet in the NFL and going from sideline to sideline. So I want to see a lot when we do go to the run game. I want to see a lot of runs up the middle.
Very good point. That middle is typically very formidable. Javon Kinlaw,
Yep.
Quinnen Williams, Quincy
Yep.
Williams, CJ Mosley at the linebacker position. These are players that are either mentioned or perennially among the Pro Bowl considerations at their positions. However, this Jets defense, especially the interior, has not been the same interior offensive line that we're used to seeing from the Jets. I talked about this with John Butchko the other day on the Locked On crossover here on the Locked On Podcast Network, and he mentioned that this run defense is not built to play from behind. So,
No.
Murph, I think you lay a very, very good blueprint for the New England Patriots to come out and attack this Jets defense. Use the passing game, put them on their heels, get the ball into the end zone. Drake Maye needs to utilize his pass catchers to the best of his ability and put these guys down. But what the Patriots need to do is they need to execute the run. When Alex Van Pelt decides to make the change like he did last week and start running the football early, they need to capitalize on it. If they're struggling and they can't do it, he can't stick to it the way they did last week. The Patriots losing 1 yard, 4 yards, only gaining one. They stubbornly, I think, stuck to the run when they needed to adjust and go back to the pass and make things happen the way they were on the first 2 drives. That to me is, I think, a very good point. So I agree with you on this, Murph. You've converted me to the cult of Murph here at this point because I do believe that utilizing the air, airing it out, and putting this team on its heels, on its back very early is the way to go ahead and do it. And then you can grind them out with a solid run game and a complementary run game.
Right. In the first matchup, while Salah was over there on the other side, the Jets blitzed the hell out of this Patriots offense, and I think they're going to end up doing that again. It's been a recipe for success for a lot of people this year, but with Drake Maye behind center, I do believe that's going to be a mistake. This is a kid that reads the blitz really well, gets the ball out of his hands quickly when he has to. Get him back there, as I said, in the shotgun. Let him scope out what's in front of him and hit that hot read and get some yak. because, we are going to have Pop Douglas back this week. He's feeling much better, folks.
Mm.
He's feeling much better. The man took a little Pepto-Bismol, and he's feeling much better. I do believe, Pop is probably the best man beater on this team right now. Get him in the slot and let Drake and him get out there and cook.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're going to see a lot of Pop Douglas. I think you're going to see a heavy dosage of Hunter Henry this week.
Yep.
Once again, hi, Claire. I'd love to see Javon Baker active this week. I'm not
It would
sure
be
we're going to
nice.
see it, but at the same time, I agree with you. Thornton, right now, with the way this secondary is stacked up here in New York, I think there might be an opportunity for him to
That
showcase his talent. So let's see if the
the Jets.
Patriots can make it happen.
Yep. Like I said, these concepts work against both man and zone,
Mhm.
and the Jets like to go a lot of cover zero.
Mm.
Okay, they'll throw cover zero in there.
Mhm.
If Drake can recognize, it's really difficult not to recognize cover zero. So I'm sure Drake can even do that at his young age, and get Thornton out over the top. Give Thornton that opportunity to catch up to a bomb or two. We could see some fireworks.
Absolutely. And if the Patriots do produce some early fireworks in Foxborough on Sunday, things could get awfully interesting, and the home team might actually be able to pull off the upset. Yeah, folks, I actually just said that. The home team, New England Patriots, may be able to pull off the upset over the visiting New York Jets. However, even though he hasn't looked like himself this season, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers at
Right.
times, and he may be able to exploit some holes in this Patriots defense. Luckily for us, Murph's got the keys all laid out. We're going to talk defensive keys to victory when this episode of the Locked On Patriots podcast continues, a proud part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Locked On listeners, today's episode is brought to you in part by our friends at Zbiotics. Zbiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Zbiotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Don't delay, do it today. Go to zbiotics.com/LockedOnNFL to learn more and to get 15% off your first order when you use Locked On NFL at checkout. Zbiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/LockedOnNFL and use the code LockedOnNFL at checkout for 15% off. Listen up, Locked On listeners. When it comes to daily fantasy sports, Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. And what I love most about Prize Picks is that it puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. And when you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Download the app today and use the code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup when downloading the app today and using the code LOCKEDONNFL. Prize Picks. Run your game. Patriots fans, thank you once again for joining us here today on Locked On Patriots, getting you ready for kickoff Week 8, Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium. The New England Patriots hosting the New York Jets. And the Pats at 1-6 would love to earn their second victory of the season, maybe even play a little spoiler to those Jets, who right now are fighting for their potential playoff lives at 2-5. If they drop to 2-6, might be over in the green side of the Meadowlands. And here today to lay out the very blueprint to ruin the New York Jets weekend, there's nothing he loves more than that, by the way, folks, is my good friend, the legend himself. Don't let the green color fool you, because he is red, white, and blue, Patriot all the way, my good friend Thomas Murphy. And Murph, in the previous segment, we talked about the Patriots need to air it out, need to utilize the passing game. You even converted me to the cult of Murph and basically let me realize that, yes, restoring the run is important, but not at the expense of the passing game. On the flip side, the New England Patriots have had an impossible time stopping the run lately. I'm going to read some statistics to you, my friend.
Okay.
3 straight weeks of struggles for the New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins,
Yep.
against the Houston Texans,
Yep.
and then last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Disgusting.
Rushing totals of 193 yards, 192 yards, and 171 yards, respectively.
Yep.
Jacksonville ran the ball on the Patriots 17 straight times, including 16 straight handoffs. That has to change this week if the Patriots are going to be successful. Now, the Jets running game hasn't been all that great. Brees Hall, Braylon Allen have not really run the ball as effectively as Jets fans would have hoped. But against the Patriots right now, they may be licking their chops and thinking this is a get-right opportunity. You hold those monster keys in your pocket like so many nickels and dimes. So, Don Murph, I am calling upon you to enlighten us on the defensive keys to victory. Does it involve stopping the run, or are the Patriots' problems a lot deeper than that?
No, it does involve stopping the run. I want them to sell out to stop the run. Let's get into man, get that extra man in the box, and plug some holes. A lot of the problems that are happening with the Patriots defense right now is there's no depth on this team. None. For years we talked about why is Bill spending money on their number 3 linebacker, the third guy on the depth chart, the second guy on the depth chart. Why aren't we keeping some players and going out and signing high price free agents? He spent that money just for these occasions, because guys get hurt and guys get banged up. And right now, the Patriots are going to have to scheme it up and figure out a way to stop getting pushed around on that defensive front line, shed a block or two, and fill a hole. That's it. I do believe that the Jets are going to come out gunning. Because again, if you've watched the Jets over the past couple weeks, and unfortunately I have, I knew this game was coming up, so I had to watch Gangrene.
Oh yeah.
Rodgers has been spending more time since Sala got canned in the shotgun himself, and I do believe that they're going to sling it. But I think that the Patriots are going to be able to, right the ship in this manner. The defensive backfield has also been getting torched over the past few weeks, but I think this week you get in the man, you stay out of those cover 2 shells that Rodgers has been able to just pick apart at will. He did it even in week 3, but get into man, put Gonzalez on whoever you consider the number 2, and then get some help over the top with whoever you think is the number 1 receiver on this team right now.
Very good point. Very, very good point. And again, if you're selling out, like you said before, to stop the run, Patriots need someone other than Devon Godchaux to be able to step up. The linebackers have been a problem in this area. They have not been able to add complementary defense in order to stop the run. And it's meant a weakening of the pass rush. And that, in my opinion, I think is something that the Patriots need to address this week as well, because Rodgers has not looked like himself when he's off balance, but when he does have time, he's got options. He's got Devontae Adams. He's got Garrett Wilson. If you find a way to contain those guys, if they can move the ball down the field long enough, Tyler Conklin is a pretty good option in the red zone and in short yardage situations. So he can be a problem. And Rodgers has been known to use the running backs out of the backfield as well. Brees Hall's a good receiver, and so is Braylon Allen. So I think in that regard, the Patriots need to step it up. They need to realize that Rodgers is going to attempt to utilize these guys, and they need to figure out a way to be able to contain them. And you mentioned Gonzalez earlier. Been back-to-back weeks now where Christian has struggled a little bit. He's always played Garrett Wilson pretty tight. I think there is a possibility that he may end up getting that matchup because of the familiarity.
Yep.
But if he does get Devontae Adams, that could mean that Jonathan Jones is either on
Right.
Garrett Wilson. There are a lot of different opportunities for Rodgers to be able to pick this team apart. Patriots have to keep him off balance, keep him out of rhythm. And if they do that, that's been a blueprint for success against Aaron Rodgers as of late, Murph.
Yeah, I agree, and I do believe that Gonzalez will be shadowing Garrett Wilson all day long,
Mm,
and let the other guys handle Adams. It's the smart thing to do. It's going back into the Encyclopedia Britannica.
mhm.
Put your best guy on their second best guy, and get two guys on their best guy, and then see what happens. Let him try to beat you. But I don't want to see the Patriots spend their day chasing down Rodgers in the
Mm,
backfield. I
yeah.
want them to keep good pad level. I want them to stay in front of this man. And again, contain and crush. If he happens to walk into a sack or three, that's great. But don't allow things to open up behind you when you are running this much man.
It could be a tough road ahead to try to contain Rodgers, but again, the struggles that the Jets have had the last
Yep.
couple of weeks give the Patriots hope here, and you need to see the secondary step up. I look for Marte Mapu to play a very key role, either up at the line of scrimmage or in the secondary. They need someone, again, other than Devon Godchaux to step up and be
Right.
a factor in the front of that defense. And we need to see some Josh Uche,
Smart.
Murph. We need to
Yeah.
see some Keon White
That's it.
knock Rodgers off of his pedestal and really kind of disrupt his game a little bit.
Yeah, get your hands up, bat a ball down. If Rodgers happens to run into you, great, wrap him up and get him and grab. But I need gap integrity. I need these guys to keep Rodgers in front of them, and this way, and also to stop this Jets running team.
Absolutely. If the New England Patriots are able to execute these keys to victory, folks, yeah, you might be looking at a New England Patriots victory on Sunday. But what exactly will happen? How will it all play out? We're about to give our game predictions right here on the Locked On Patriots podcast, a proud part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, NFL fans, you can start the season with a big return on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed, when you place your first $5 bet. So if you're feeling pretty good about the chances of your favorite New England sports team, you can test your intuition and make the most of it with fanduel.com. That's fanduel.com. Patriots fans, thank you once again for joining us here today on Locked On Patriots as we get you ready for kickoff in Week 8 of the 2024 NFL season. Your New England Patriots hosting the New York Jets for a 1 p.m. kickoff on Sunday at Gillette. And bottom line, we have outlined for you the monster keys to victory, the offensive keys to victory, the defensive keys to victory. And we're going to give you our game predictions in just a moment. But you all know that there are certain intangibles. There are weeklies that always end up on the Monster Keys to Victory sheet of my good friend and our illustrious guest today, the Count of Murphy Fisto himself, the legendary Thomas Murphy. Murph, before you give your crystal ball prediction as to what's going to happen
Okay.
in Week 8 on the field on Sunday, tell us a little bit about the weeklies. New England has certain problems that have plagued them all season long, which in your estimation absolutely have to be corrected in order for the Patriots to have a chance to pull the upset this weekend.
Right, they have to control the tempo of this game and end up winning time of possession.
Mm,
I talked about getting out there and slinging. Yes, you can control tempo of the game with the passing game. All right, you can do that. You can move the sticks that way, and matriculate down the field, holding onto the ball for an extended period of time, because I don't want Aaron Rodgers to have the time uh, e- to do damage on the other side. Of course, limit the laundry. I don't want to see a lot of penalties. Don't
mm,
give Rodgers 3 yards. Don't play behind the chains yourself. The turnover battle is paramount this week. The Patriots are gonna need. I'm thinking 2 more possessions than the Jets get. So, there's 2 turnovers that we're looking for. Own third down.
Mm,
Okay, the Patriots need to do a better job on converting on third down. They haven't been in third and short, or even second and short very often this year. Hopefully, getting Drake into more shotgun situations will remedy that. And the red zone, the Jets are just scoring in the red zone at a clip that I can't have. Make this team settle. And of course, flip the field. Bryce Behringer, don't kick the ball down the middle of the field, please.
mm,
Please don't. You're
yeah,
really good, man. I've ordered my jersey.
yeah.
Don't make me cancel it. Do not kick the ball down the middle of the field.
Yeah, I don't think that's a mistake he'll be making again. I think Bryce was very forthcoming about that
Yeah.
this week when we had the opportunity to speak with him. So Patriots know the intangibles that need to be met here, and I agree with each and every one of them, Murph. And it really comes back to winning the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball,
Yep.
controlling the line on both sides of the ball. Patriots have not been doing a good enough job of that. Did a very poor job of that against the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, and they paid the price big time. So we've reached that time, Murph. As the late, great Gorilla Monsoon would say, the time for the talk is just about over. Patriots, Jets. The Jets come in 7-point favorites thanks to our friends at FanDuel. When you look at this game top to bottom, how does this play out? And what do you see in your crystal ball at the end of this matchup on Sunday?
Yeah. Folks are going to call me a homer, and I'm going to, agree with them in this instance. I hate the Jets. I really want this game. You folks have no idea. All right, this hatred goes all the way back to Joe Namath with me, with my mother and my dad. Mom just thought the world of Joe. But no, I think the Patriots have the ability. They've got surprise on their minds, and a few tricks up. I think Alex Van Pelt is going to open things up a little bit more this week,
Mm.
and turn that first key that I have, and the Patriots are going to end up winning a close one, 21-17.
Ooh, I like it. I absolutely like it. And you know what, Murph? They say if you can't beat them, join them. I've been pessimistic about the Patriots' opportunities the last couple of weeks, and I actually feel somewhat optimistic this week
Yep.
about their chances. I think they're catching the Jets at the right time, and I think the Jets are reeling a little bit. I'm not sure if the exodus of Robert Saleh is working quite the
No.
way Woody Johnson had hoped.
The way Aaron Rodgers had hoped.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good point. The way
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had hoped, most importantly. But bottom line, I think with the injuries to the secondary and the way the secondary stacks up, it
Yep.
allows the Patriots to be able to move the ball down the field with a little bit more ease in the passing game. I think that's going to take some pressure off from Andre and Antonio Gibson. I think they're going to be able to run the ball a little more effectively and comfortably. And if that's the case, they're going to be able to improve upon that time of possession that they're averaging 28 minutes for right
Yep.
now. I think they're going to be able to control that a little bit better. It keeps the defense off the field a little bit. Maybe it gives them an opportunity to catch their breath and be able to utilize big play opportunities to keep the
Right.
Jets off guard. Because of that, I think the Patriots keep it close. But I do believe they will pull out the upset on Sunday. And I like them as well in this game. Our final score doesn't differ all that much, Murph. I actually have the Patriots pulling out a 24-21 victory
Okay.
over the New York Jets this
I'll
week.
take it.
In the meantime, I want to give a big time tip of the cap and a major thank you to my good friend Thomas Murphy for joining me here today. Bud, you're always there for the handoff whenever I need you. Always lend expertise, exquisite wisdom, and counsel that we couldn't ask for more. And you bring your monster keys. What more could we ask for? Before I let you go, my friend, please let everyone know where they can reach out to you, interact with you, and what you got marinating in Murph's kitchen over the weekend.
No, you can find me down at O'Reilly's Bar, because that's where I'm headed to go watch the World Series. Go Dodgers.
Absolutely. Go Dodgers. And of course, Patriots fans, you can catch Murph each and every week, sometimes
Yep.
multiple times per week, just like this week. It was Jets week. You knew we couldn't only have him on just once, folks. It's not even possible, but we are always honored and privileged to host Murph here on the Locked On Patriots podcast. We look forward to bringing you back next week and talking about which keys were turned, which keys weren't, and hopefully, folks, it'll be a victory Monday for the first time in a good long while. But until then, on behalf of my good friend Thomas Murphy, I'm Mike Debate, wishing you all the opportunity to stay safe and stay well this weekend. Be the change you wish to see in the world. If you're celebrating Halloween this weekend, please do so responsibly. Please do so safely. And don't forget to enjoy the game on Sunday. Drive safely if you're headed up to the stadium. And we'll be back here on Monday to break it all down right here on the Locked On Patriots podcast, a proud part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Have a great weekend, everyone.